Journey to the middle of the earth. Journey to the middle of the earth. No one knows what's in the center, but we all gonna keep trying to keep going, even though death might be certain. Yo, let's get straight to the video.
Beginning of a historic discovery. We are going to spend 8 days in total darkness to explore the exact depth of Krubera Cave, which scientists consider to be the deepest cave in the world. We are even hoping to discover new animal species that have been isolated in this subterranean world for millions of years. During this expedition, we are going to cover a distance of almost 5 kilometers, and every one of us will lose 10 kilograms on average.
Curiosity brought me here, but it is too risky. Let's descend to the deepest point of the world's deepest cave.
The explored part of Krubera is
He's definitely ballsy. He's definitely ballsy. He's definitely ballsy.
199 meters deep, but its true depth is still a mystery. The last update to its map
do this
was
all the
over
time
a
in the
decade
future.
ago.
Now I'm going to secure myself. I'm going to put this Jumar here to be secured again. I'm going to tie this new station's rope to my stop descender to descend further. I'm good to go. I'll take this securing point off.
Oh my gosh.
Jumar, take it off. Time to descend.
At the cave's deepest accessible point, there lies a dangerous siphon never passed until
now.
Yet our goal with the Russian speleologist team is to push further. I even signed a contract accepting that this expedition could literally cost me my life.
Whoa. Is that worth it? Thoughts and opinions? Do you think it's worth it to buy or do this if it's going to cost you your life? Thoughts and opinions? What do you think?
For over 20 years, Crimean Federal University lecturer Gennady Samokhin has worked on this cave.
The hardest part is always the entrance part.
I've been training for over a year to join this expedition and document it. During these shoots, I'll come face to face with life-threatening situations on 4 separate occasions.
Time to connect to this station.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to secure myself first. Now I am connected to
How was that bolt so tight?
Any mistake can be fatal.
Any mistake can be
securing points.
Deep, slippery wells, tight squeezes, siphons where there is no air, and freezing temperatures. That's what we're about to face.
For what? For what? At what? Like what? Like how is it worth it to you? I'm curious.
Take this off and then this off.
What makes this worth?
Now we are gonna descend. Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Pitch darkness.
Free!
Oh my gosh.
These hooks and ropes you see are from previous expeditions. For more than 60 years, speleologists from around the world have come to Krubera, with no one yet measuring the
So no one's ever, so 2006, this was considerably the deepest that they've ever gone.
exact depth of the cave. There's a real danger of rockfalls and sudden floods.
Be careful with the rocks here.
Even the most experts have lost their lives here for these reasons.
Okay.
With the help of NVIDIA Studio and GeForce RTX GPUs.
Listen. I saw the description first before I clicked on the video. On NVIDIA sponsorship is insane. Let's talk about it first. An NVIDIA sponsorship is insanity.
We've brought the first ever detailed 3D map of Krubera Cave to life. More on them later, but on this map you can see 5 main camps at different depths of the cave where we'll sleep.
The camps are set up in a way that they are only 8-hour moving distance far from each other. We move 8 hours a day, then rest.
Just because we're descending one after the other doesn't mean it's only us. We're actually a team of 2 groups, 11 people in total. And right at the beginning, I started to tangle myself.
Oh, whoa. Gotta make sure your cable
Because of
management.
confusion, I forgot to put my stop descender on and carelessly unlocked my most vital securing point.
Why would you do
Now
that?
I'm relying on the Jumar, the weakest securing point. It works
Why would
fine
you do
as
that?
long as I stay upright, but if I squat a bit too much, it fails.
I forgot one thing.
Okay. All right. My process is, what do we gain by going down here? What are you trying to find down here?
Need to adapt quickly if I want to make it out alive.
I'm gonna put my securing point.
What are you trying to find?
Put the sander. Alright.
When you're on the rope, it's just you and the rope. You're all alone. Nobody can see the mistakes you could make and really help you.
Oh my gosh. Where's the guys at? I know you didn't go down here by yourself. There's no way you went down here by yourself. You were 8 days in the earth. I didn't even peep the title.
Whoa. This pedal got away from me. I need to put it back on. If I fall from here, I don't think I'm gonna be alive.
The average speed of moving through the cave is 100 meters per hour. Our ascending speed and descending speed are the same. We also carry our bags with us in the cave.
The temperature is only 3 degrees Celsius, so being here is not different from being inside of a giant fridge.
Giant fridge.
How are you? Do you feel cold already?
Not yet.
There.
I ain't gonna lie, I think I might have to walk in with a shiesty. I need something to cover my face. That's one thing I can't do, bro. And my face gets cold.
You okay?
Once I had a job,
This is where a sheep-
once I had a job in a freezer and I just couldn't do it because it was like my body was so cold. I couldn't, bro. It was the most annoying thing ever.
Met its tragic end, falling from the lush valley above down hundreds of meters into the darkness below.
The sheep is under the soil. They covered it because they wanted to prevent the smell.
Now we are about to get through a tight squeeze. As its name suggests, you have to make yourself as small as possible and crawl inside.
I'd get in and out of that cave light work. Nah, you're
Go after it.
you're trolling. Whoa.
Oh my god. How will I do this? I have to go sideways like this.
Krubera Cave
I just think like, what's the purpose? It's just, what is the
is
purpose?
in the Arabica Massif of
What are
South
we
Caucasus,
gaining?
15 kilometers away from Black Sea. Arabica is one of the largest and highest limestone formations in the mountains, providing an ideal environment for the development of such an immense cave.
Yeah, no.
The cave was
I feel like you gotta
formed and carved by underground streams and rain, creating both massive, steep wells as well as narrow, long tunnels.
Make myself smaller.
Scientists believe Krubera is 5 million years old and it continues to be shaped even today.
Is that his backpack? Or is that like an anchor? What is that?
These squeezes are very hard. They say you don't feel claustrophobia until you get stuck. Just because you are a nature person,
way.
don't come here to a place like this, especially to Krubera Cave, where Earth welcomes you
Like, I don't feel claustrophobic watching this, bro. I really don't.
with its narrow meanders.
Do you see the marks on the side walls? At this
Hands?
point in the cave, the passage was so narrow that they had to use tools to break the rocks and widen it.
Oh my gosh.
When we pass through narrow passages, small particles fill the air and make it hard to breathe as they get into our mouths. Also, our legs get cramps quickly from working the same muscle group.
Oh wow. Bro, this is all rock, bro.
It's better if you go slow.
Who's trying to go fast? Who was trying to go fast through this?
Wire goes for 2,000 meters.
Yes.
And allows the phone to work.
Unfortunately, some broken somewhere.
It was likely damaged by a recent flood. We're completely cut off from the outside world for the next 8 days.
Oh my god.
We have two possible ways here.
Yes.
And there is an arrow on the wall that shows the correct way.
W arrow. Yo, this is like 1 foot wide.
That's the way to go.
Oh my god.
That's your stuff. Why would you lose that? You gonna get Corey's manga? I'm not sure. Should I? I'm really not sure.
Very narrow, man. Is useful for transport bags. So you don't have to carry the weight of the bag. Rope carries it for you. And you move it like this.
Yeah.
And also use your long stroke to set for safety.
Falling through these rocks could injure us.
Yeah, that looks deep.
You have to be connected to the rope as well. You don't want to be here.
Oh, see? See?
You don't want to be here.
Oh my gosh.
So I was almost gonna fall. This stick saved me. It's so wet, it's slippery.
Smaller than that, I'd still fit because I'm small too. Nah, I don't think I make that, bro. I don't think I'm small enough to maneuver in such a, like, it looks short and it's thin. Like that's not me.
That it's not dangerous.
All right. The big well starts.
How you feel, Odak?
I took the pill, so it's easy now.
What type of a pill?
God.
A painkiller.
It has been a long way. We're about to arrive at the first camp.
If you see, this is the big
There's camps?
105 meters.
Negative 344 feet.
It feels like it's 3 times bigger.
Thinking about ascending 2 kilometers
That looks worse.
back to the surface makes me feel overwhelmed already. The rope fibers got stuck in the stop descender mechanism. If I couldn't get them out, I would have
I've seen cracks smaller than this.
That was easy.
to leave the stop descender here,
Okay,
and I wouldn't be able to go
okay.
down any further.
Okay.
I would have to quit and climb back up. This panic caused me to
gosh.
tangle my rope
Oh
and
my
my
gosh.
bag's rope.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
3.
We did about 70% of this well.
Which is like how many meters?
80 meters.
So how do you get down?
This place is really scary now.
My headlamp does not even lighten up beyond my shoes. All I can see is endless pitch darkness, which makes me a bit uneasy. At least it helps me stay focused on what's right in front of me.
It's all about having a little faith. Yeah, I can do this. It shocks the rope.
Intense shock loads on the ropes from sudden falls like these can break the rope because of the high tension. It can also
Lord.
seriously damage my spine.
Oh heavens.
But it doesn't go very smooth.
Bro. Gosh.
So, welcome to the bottom of the well.
Alright.
While we were descending into a huge well and filming everything, the first group created a gap between us.
Wait,
Okay.
I don't know what's in here.
All right.
But I don't fit.
See? I'm not doing that though. Like everything else obviously I'm not doing, but then I look closer at this and I see how thin it is.
Too large.
Not worth it.
Look at all the rocks. I think they dropped from the ceiling. If you camp here, one of these rocks can fall on us. There's a sign here.
Yes, it says don't put your mess in
What country
here,
is this?
Take your mess to the
What country is this? They didn't say it. They never.
place.
Did they say the country
mess
already?
means, well, before there were flashlights, people used carbide lamps. Waste from all the era lamps.
Being the center of interest of speleologists, Krubera has intrigued some daring scientists since the early 20th century. After just
God.
10 hours in the cave, our eyes are bloodshot and our faces are covered with mud. My clothes cling to me, soaked with sweat. We managed to descend another 150
Yeah, buddy.
meters more and finally made it to our first camp. We're
You need that
currently at minus
balaclava.
350 meters from the
You need
surface
it, bro.
after a solid 12-hour descent, while some of the experienced cavers in the team went straight to camp minus 700.
Hurry up, crawl.
Gosh. It's like a horror
Where could I
game.
put this?
Hang it over there.
Got it. Like drying them off in the sun, huh?
Yeah.
Gennady is very optimistic about the possibility of
my
discovering
gosh.
a new animal species at the bottom of the cave. I can't stop wondering what we will discover.
My boot's on fire. Is that your boot?
Isn't those plastic? How are plastic boots or rubber boots good for mountain climbing?
Take this one. We should put the kettle on.
Let's warm up the tent first.
Then dry our socks.
'Cause 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 '
Now, everyone is busy drying out their damp clothes and repairing their gear.
We're gonna eat some snacks. It's really cold, especially when we sit down. We can feel more cold from the ground. Change our clothes and we will drink this soup, eat some pasta, and sleep. Hopefully not get frozen.
Oh my gosh, bro. Chili?
The most important things are food and fuel for heating, of course. Speleologists spend the maximum amount of calories, up to 8,000 kilocalories a day. It's impossible to fulfill the calories. That's why I say nutrition is very important.
Everything I wore has gotten wet, and
So is pasta really, like, wouldn't it be smart to bring, like, kind of like some beef jerky? Because I know when it comes to the body, beef or meat, I'm not gonna just say beef alone. Meat is more for like long storage, or do you just need the carbs for like the short amounts of energy? You know what I mean?
dry by the morning. We have sleeping bags that keep us warm down to minus 10 degrees Celsius.
Good morning, everybody. I just woke up and I'm freezing. I completely lost my sense of time.
After a sunless morning in Krubera, we shake off our weariness.
You're done for.
He's sipping the fresh water that the cave offers.
Wow. Fresh, untouched water. Thoughts and opinions?
Everybody gears up for the descent.
Untouched water. I've never had I wonder what untouched water looks like. No parasites, water straight from the earth.
How are you feeling?
Better than yesterday. I'm feeling a little more combative.
I'm gonna put on my thermal underwear, then wear this costume, wear my boots, my waterproof gloves, my helmet. This is my harness.
My muscles hurt, but I'll try to be quicker today. Our goal is to reach the camp at minus 700 meters as quickly as possible to meet up with the team that went ahead, and then push forward to camp minus 1400.
That's what I'm saying.
No time to wait.
Hey everybody. You look like Terminators.
Horizontal tunnel. Then another big well, 115 meters long. Another tunnel. From there, some ropes down and up, and horizontal like tunnels again.
And then?
After that, the last well is 30 meters. Then
That's the next
we
camp?
like go a little bit.
Is that where they
more
are,
and
or is that the
find
next camp?
I also asked him if we could catch up with the first group.
It will take like about 2.5 hours to get, maybe like less, but I don't know when they will move out.
Right.
They think we are slow and they want to wait as much as possible.
That's the passage we have to go?
1.5 hours.
If you want to pee, you have to take all this gear off, which will take any person about 30 minutes. If you are in a hurry, you might pee on yourself.
30
Sometimes
minutes.
it's a better idea to do so. Free? Let that go, which pulls me down. It's not like Earth, it's like an alien planet. No life here. Bye-bye. Bye. Alright. Good luck. Yeah, you too.
Oh my gosh, bro, that look like a manhole.
Wonderful.
We're completely cut off from the outside world and on our own down here. The camp on the surface has no way of knowing directly if anything goes wrong, so we have to be extra careful.
Look, there's water here. They gathered the water from here to the camp.
We've been descending for about 6 hours today. We're all pretty wiped.
Oh, the rope is wet.
From now on, all ropes are wet, and the descender's mechanism doesn't slide easily on wet ropes, causing risky shock loads each time.
Oh my god.
Breathe.
Dude, you're risking spinal damage for this?
Another tunnel, huh?
He is shaking from the cold. I asked for another break.
You have to rest, but you cannot rest long enough to start freezing. Sometimes you kind of sit, you turn your light off, you close your eyes and try to rest and falling asleep, and this is the worst. You can easily die if you fall asleep. So no matter how hard it is, how difficult it is, you just have to
It's
push
crazy because it feels like this is not like this is like a mission, like a military mission. This is a guy who went here on leisure. Like he went here for fun. And you're telling me that the chances of death are so high? If you like feel tired, you could pass out and fall off a cliff and die? What?
So we've decided to rest at camp minus 700 before pushing to camp minus 1400. Here is our home for tonight. It looks like everyone has gone ahead already.
Our guide is going to prepare some lunch, dinner, whatever it is. I don't know what time it is. My brain is so tired. More tired than my muscles.
We're close to camp minus 1,400.
I gotta get that balaclava.
Before entering the minus 1,400 camp, speleologists created a makeshift water tap using an empty bottle. The group ahead has also reached their new campsite at minus 1,400.
Why are you pointing at the tent? It's going to fly off your hand.
Oh my God, what are they?
Hello, dear friends. We hope everybody is alive and well.
Is that a death?
We hope you haven't lost your team spirit. We believe that you will succeed and you will be able to find something beautiful for this underground world. We look forward to seeing you soon. With our love, your friends.
There's nothing like a cold cave shower under a waterfall to wash off the mud, sweat, and exhaustion after days of exploring.
The water's not that cold. You feel warmer if you get used to it.
All right.
After a rough sleep, some are stretching their tired muscles, others are putting on their gear. Everyone is getting ready to dive further into the depths of Krubera. His knee pads are torn. He will stitch up new ones.
Stitch up.
Cold and wet. I tried to dry all my clothes yesterday, but I forgot these blue gloves. They're still wet. Actually, preparation process takes about 1 or 2 hours, and climbing down will take about like 8 to 9 hours.
Today we are planning to descend 700 meters more and arrive at camp minus 1400.
In places like this, you move one hand behind you and one hand ahead of you.
That is the very reason why we packed light and made sure our bags are slim and long.
I could see. You walk around with big old cylinders. For what?
Barely fit.
Those look like one of them throw pillows. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The little throw pillows that be like this big and they kind of like, you know what I'm saying, built like a cylinder or like a Vienna sausage. Everybody ever had those before?
Very enough. Oh.
Is he hitting his head? What are you doing?
Everybody, let's keep going. This is the right way.
When moving in the dark, the light from headlamps can sometimes block the other's view.
But bend your goddamn headlight down. I can't see anything.
Shit. Whoa, where your light at?
That's enough. I hate this camera.
While I was waiting to descend, my headlamp battery ran out.
Oh, my battery
Pitch dark.
finished. There's no light.
Luckily, I had spare batteries in my pocket.
At the very bottom of the cave, we did a topographic survey and we recorded everything with the camera.
As we go deeper into Krubera, I wonder how the animals have evolved here in the darkness. So far, I haven't crossed with any creature. But it makes me think where there's water, there's a chance for life to exist.
Cave is so wet now.
You're in a wet, dark, cold place.
Without clock, automatically switch to 40 hours day.
40 hours daytime.
Yes, so they like awake for 20 something and sleeping for 16 like something.
We've reached the halfway point of Krubera Cave, but we still need to descend another 200 meters to get to the next camp. The cold, tiredness, and being always under artificial light are starting to affect my performance and leading me to make fatal mistakes. At this point, when I was 50 meters above the rocky ground, I accidentally unlocked my last securing point and realized I had to hang solely by the strength of my muscles.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. I forgot putting my descender on.
Every second, my muscles are getting tired. If I fail to lock my carabiner and fall, I will certainly lose my life. The way I attach the carabiner is extremely risky, and it could open at any time.
My gosh.
I also got my glove jammed.
Right.
Where's the jam deck?
It's not looking good.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Right. It requires full dedication. One small mistake can kill you. Now I'm good to go.
I'm enamored how that bolt with a piece of
Gotcha.
I'm enamored with that bolt and piece of metal is able to just stand there. Because isn't it always raining and always wet? Wouldn't it wear down? You know what I mean? Or wouldn't it always fall off or
This is
get
a
rusted?
rope I want to be on.
Doesn't that make sense?
Just a couple of minutes later, I almost unlocked my last securing point for the second time. I opened the carabiner. Fortunately, I realized my mistake.
That's not good. Another mistake. I need to put my sander first.
My eyes feel heavy in constant darkness, and my brain feels like it's collapsing under the weight of fatigue.
Oh, this is
guys, it's really tough. It's not easy as it looks.
Why don't y'all just excavate it? Excavate it. Get a freaking, you know what I'm saying, a machine team.
Welcome.
At last, we've got our feet on solid ground. One of the speleologists gives us a brief on what to expect on the remaining route. He's curious if I could take it because of the mistakes I made one after another.
Sorry guys, there are some siphons there. Wait for us here.
Just a few hundred meters below, there are underwater currents that block the way. Siphons are basically passages that are flooded with underground rivers.
Well, everybody, let's go and take a dip.
There are dozens of them along our path, and a single
Wait,
wrong
y'all are
move
going in the
could
water?
leave us trapped, out of breath, and facing the terrifying risk of drowning. To help you better understand the challenging conditions in Krubera, we created 3D models of siphon explorations and the map. Blender, as with most 3D softwares, is powered by NVIDIA Studio and GeForce RTX,
NVIDIA,
so we
bro.
work directly in full detail.
That's the
within
W
the
ad.
viewport, seeing
That's the W
results
ad, bro.
instantly
I
without
want an
waiting
NVIDIA
for
ad.
long renders. On the map, you can see where the siphons begin and end. These water-filled, deep passages are scattered throughout the cave, and we're now starting with a moderately big one. Creating these animations took us 2 weeks, but the advanced technology we used significantly sped up our workflow and helped us to save hours. This caver, as you can see, has attached rocks to himself to prevent floating upwards and striking his body on the ceiling. He could also be swept away by the water flow and get lost in one of the upward leading passages and lose his life. Some of the siphons, like this one, have no air pockets, which means these passages are completely filled with water. Passing through them can take several minutes depending on their length and difficulty. If you can't follow the...
Is that worth it? That's straight water.
Open the
for minutes.
Siphons and...
He said multiple minutes.
Miss it. You can enter the wrong tunnel and you can drown. If your clothes get caught on a sharp stone and you can't get it out in a panic, you can drown. Even if you do everything right, you can still drown if you can't hold your breath long enough.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you made it out.
We made it back to the camp.
Yo, you know what sucks though? They have to go back the same way to get home. What?
Minus 700 after a 6-hour exhausting climb. I was starting to lose focus from the cold and exhaustion, so the speleologist didn't think it was safe for me to keep going and asked me to wait for them back at camp. Thankfully, there's enough water and snacks here to keep us going for the coming days.
This is a workout here.
These are the mats, huh? Bingo.
Nah, this is a workout.
The sudden and powerful flooding at camp minus 1,640 lifted the leftover mats off the ground, leaving them stuck high above.
Mats.
It looks like this place was totally submerged.
We didn't know it at the time, but while we were in the cave with no connection with the surface camp, it started raining, which means a real risk of flooding. The footage you're seeing now is from a few years ago. As you can see, people barely made out. Similar floods could destroy our camps and the passages.
Everybody got so wet. Look how we dry ourselves off. It's a good idea.
After a wet and chilly night in the cave, the speleologists are preparing their gear for the big days ahead. They will measure the exact depth of the cave and might even discover new animal species unknown to mankind.
Minus 1,600.
So they're doing this all for new animals?
40.
Let's get started.
The sharp icicle-like structures
That's what we're doing this for, okay.
are called stalactites. These formations grow incredibly slowly, typically less than 10 centimeters in 1,000 years.
So that one thing
they
in
form
Minecraft.
when water drips down, and calcium carbonate deposits build up over time.
Is there any space for me there?
Yeah.
The team is extra careful to avoid damaging them.
This
is not worth it.
They also became both physically and mentally exhausted.
It is too low. It needs to be higher. We will hang out more laundry.
Finally, they made it to camp minus 1,960, which is the last and the most uncomfortable camp due to its limited space.
Is it okay if I pee on you?
The team was unable to even stand up
properly. Yo, whoa, what kind of diddiness that I got going down the caves?
The entire time they were in this small gallery.
The camp is minus 1,960 meters down. It's one of the deepest camps in the world. Some of us are soaked entirely, and we all have bruised eyes. Some went down to minus 2,080 already. The camp, of course, is not very comfortable here. The flood constantly washes away all the mats.
Oh, that's their ground flooring.
The siphon. It starts about 200 meters down from here.
After days of relentless effort, the team has finally reached the deepest point in Krubera that humankind has ever explored. Gennady and his teammate are now working to precisely map Krubera's depths. Measuring the deep underground is much more challenging than measuring the surface, as GPS signals are useless. A laser rangefinder is used, which is capable of calculating indirect heights and
It sucks because like streaming down here would probably be useless. Like it's impossible. You'd probably, after a certain level, it would run out. Everything would be gone.
Distances between 2 points.
Damn.
He is proceeding to the outermost edge for the exact calculation. The device has a special compass board and is used with a plastic battery instead of a regular one to reduce magnetic errors.
Not on our left, not on our right. Where to go?
There is no other way.
What?
There is no other way.
I understand.
He has to get wet for this calculation.
Is it worth it? But your clothes is already wet. Everything is already wet. Everything is gonna be dirty. Do you need it, bro? Do you need it?
Okay.
No motion.
Once they exit the cave, they will make the total calculation and issue an official statement regarding the cave's actual height. So they are near the Two Captains Siphon, the deepest siphon in the world. This is the endpoint. They're preparing the gas tanks to dive into the deepest point of the cave, equipped with a precision measurement device to record the cave's depth. Gennady also carries numerous bait traps. He hopes to discover a new animal species yet unknown to mankind.
We have to be careful here. Let's see the results. Let's see if anything lives down there.
Then you gotta climb back up.
Now the team is getting inside the siphon's deep, cold, and murky waters.
Great swimming.
They have already marked some parts of the Two Captains Siphon during their previous expeditions, but they have had difficulty discovering it entirely. There are sections that have remained a mystery, but now their secrets are about to be unveiled.
Oh my gosh. So this is really like game-changing.
He tied a few bait trap bottles to the rope so as not to lose them. On their way back, they didn't notice it, but the camera captured it. A small, completely transparent animal was lurking in the water.
Oh, wow.
Then another animal showed up, but that also went unnoticed.
Where?
What is this?
That was easy.
Fish?
These
What? What?
Animals are blind due to the absence of light. Fortunately, the team managed to capture an exceptionally unique animal in the trap. They also encountered another highly distinct-looking animal purely by chance. The footage you're seeing has never been captured before.
There it is. There is the fish. Let's not lose it.
Wow, what is this?
Let's get this one right away.
If these animals are unique to this cave and have never been spotted before, these findings will be added to the precious library of human knowledge. A significant step for mankind. We have documented them on video. Most of these creatures are transparent as they have evolved in total darkness. But the other...
So what if a person was born in complete darkness? Would they be transparent?
Creature they pulled from the trap is not a new discovery. It was identified in 2013 and it only lives in Krubera Cave. Its name is Gammarus kruberian.
Oh my gosh,
amazing news. I'm just in shock. I'm realizing that we live in a beautiful world.
God cooked with that.
Depth measurements of the two captains' siphon, and consequently the cave, have also been collected. Could this discovery confirm Krubera as the Earth's deepest known cave and lead to its inclusion in geography textbooks? Now it's time to ascend to uncover the truth about Krubera Cave.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, he said what I said, but I said gosh.
How long do you think we will wait them?
I think like 1 hour maximum.
We had already put our caving suits back on at the time they had predicted they would arrive and patiently waited for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear them.
Oh, wow. Man, they had like an opera down there. Mad echo, mad angelics. I need that.
We're getting ready to ascend back up 700 meters in 24 hours.
700
the ascent
meters
is both the hardest part of a caving journey and the stage where most life losses occur. This phase demands not only significant physical effort, but also sustained focus and precise execution.
Oh, wow.
Here.
Insects started to appear.
We are very near to surface.
We took our final break for snacks to regain some energy.
We have a little way to go.
During an 8-day caving expedition, the relentless effort of ascending, descending, and enduring a constant 3-degree cold burns an immense amount of calories.
Sounds like 3 degrees.
Most of us lost around 10 kilograms over the course of this journey. It's a significant sacrifice we make in the
10 kilograms. How much is that in pounds? Like 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds?
pursuit of new discoveries.
This is probably the longest.
Pretty much just to go down there and find an animal that we've already seen before.
Once everyone exits the cave, Gennady Smokin, the leader of the expedition, will evaluate the success of the 8-day mission. He has a very important announcement to share with the world. The daylight, the breeze, the fresh air, the rain, and the scent of plants restore my sense of humanity.
Oh my god.
Finally, I see the daylight.
Oh my gosh.
I feel profound gratitude for being alive.
It's water.
Now, we are about to discover the most important aspect of this documentary.
Oh lord.
Can you officially confirm that Krubera is now the deepest cave in the world?
We deliberately didn't publish the depth data of Krubera Cave until this interview. This is a very important moment. We wanted the collaborative work we've done with you to culminate in a clear declaration that Krubera Cave is, as of today, the deepest cave in the world. The computer calculated the margin of error for us, which was around 0.1%. Today, we can confidently state that with our methodology, the depth of Krubera Cave is 2,224 meters, including the siphon and the upper entrance, which is 3 meters higher than the Arabica Massif. This means the margin of error is approximately 10 meters. This year, we also collected samples of crustaceans and sent them for analysis.
You also discovered some creatures during the exploration. Could you share more information about them? Have you completed their taxonomic classification, or is the research still ongoing?
We discovered some really interesting findings this time.
Okay, so pretty much what I'm getting is that since he went down and went through all of that, he pretty much showed that the Earth. Why did y'all both spammed it at the all three? What are y'all on? What are y'all on, bro? Huh? What are y'all on? What are y'all on today? Huh? What are y'all feeling like? All right, I think I'm understanding the gist of it. This has been pretty solid, bro. Shout out. No, I can't say that because I'm not sponsored. But this was a pretty good video. I enjoyed it, bro. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. Your boy Kiddabsolute. I'll catch you next one. Bye.